So the language that you're speaking in, it can make you really confused, dumbfounded, crazy because of misunderstanding all the time. And it can go really deep sometimes and really badly. It can also happen. It can lead to extreme level of misunderstanding, and people will start to hate each other. They will leave each other. They will run away. They will fight, destroy each other because of misunderstanding. And it has been happening in the world because of misunderstanding. And language is doing this. Most of the languages in the world are doing this because of misunderstanding, because of misinterpretation. First of all, we can never ever understand completely your opponent with language. Okay? Language is only making your thoughts valid for yourself and for also your opponent. Once you have the emotion or feeling, that's just feeling. And it is formalized or made up with the words, grammars, and sentences. Then we call it a thought. And then we share it with others and people understand us. And people even don't understand, people understand a little bit about the feeling that we have in our head or in our heart. So the language is clearly designed to hide emotions. And in English, it's happening like the most. Because look, what happens in English, it is happening in every other languages, pretty much. In English, it's happening is like very obviously, it's like very much visible. You are going to the office, you speak in different way. You're coming back home, you're speaking different way. You're meeting with your friends, you're speaking different way. You're meeting your neighbors, you're speaking different way. Using different words to show what? Sometimes to show your ego, sometimes to show how much knowledge you have, how much skilled you are in communication. And what happens after that? It leads to misunderstanding. Because you are going to talk with people to do what? To share your feelings, your messages that you have, right? And instead, you are doing what? You're using the words that most people even don't know. So if you want to do that to show up your skills, then memorize unknown words, like from dictionaries, open up your book, memorize those words, and use them to talk with others. Maybe that would be a good idea, but you are not sharing your emotion in that way. You are just making misunderstanding between you and your opponent. If you truly want to speak, just speak in a extreme simplified way, like use simple words and be yourself at that time to share your message. If you are kind of nervous or stressed or trying to be somebody, also it can damage your feelings and you would speak in different ways. So if you truly want to share your message, use simple words and be also simple, be yourself, and you can share exactly what you have that time. Otherwise everything is just kind of shattered. You're just a different person over there, but you are a different person inside. You want to talk in a better way to share the emotion so your opponent can understand you, but you are not doing that. Instead of that, you are just doing something else, and you just share probably 1 or 2% of your emotion. So this is necessary to speak in a simple way so people can understand you and you can reach the most amount of people than using those unknown weird words. You can use them in different situations, but not to show your ego or your skill. But people are doing this unnecessarily and intentionally because they want to show up their skills. And there is also, people have problem with the language conflict. Like this language is better, this language is popular, this language is good. They always have this kind of perspective in their head. So my main point to explain here is just speak simply so your opponent can understand you, and you can share your emotion to the fullest, to the highest amount, to the highest extent. For example, in English, like the word, like, explain, this is the verb, right? And you can also use explicate or elucidate or expound or describe. There are so many. But how many people really know expound? How many people know explicate? But most people know explain. So this is what I'm saying. Use simple words. People can understand you simply. And you can also explain your emotion in a simple way and maybe to the highest amount, maybe 70%. By the way, you can never ever explain your entire emotion 100% with language. It's not going to happen. But you can do like 80% or 70%. All right. So if you do it in this way, in a simple way, by becoming yourself at that time, then there will be real conversation. Yeah.